Oh god. Oh, that's brutal. Oh Jesus, I have a new fear.
It's time for a death battle! And I'm behind on these things here actually because right now, the next death battle already premiered. So let's catch up here. We start the season off rather safe and easy here with a Marvel versus DC matchup. Yeah, can't get any more obvious than that. It's Ant-Man versus the Atom. Okay, I remember in the in some like old continuity of Marvel that there was a limit to how much the Ant-Man can shrink. But that's changed with the MCU and all that stuff. So, or maybe since recent comics have had so he can go a lot, literally subatomic and even smaller. Fine by me. Okay, let's just see. And Adam, yeah, I don't know much about Adam. Other than like
Eric Control in the Theduckgoesmoo. We're back with some more Death Battle. Today we are starting season 10. It is finally back. It's been like 4 or 5 months since the last Death Battle. But today we're watching Ant-Man versus Atom. I'm not very familiar with Atom at all. I know that there was a recent movie called Black Adam that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was in. I'm not sure if there's any correlation between those two. And I actually saw the most recent Ant-Man movie, or the third Ant-Man movie. I haven't seen any other ones, and I haven't really watched Marvel since the whole Thanos chapter ended. But you want to check my reaction to the last one, which was Gogeta versus Vegito. I'll leave it right up there. Also be a link down below in the description. Also going to place my channel with all my other death battles going in chronological order. If any of them are skipped, it's because I skipped them, most likely due to spoilers. My current record is 84-52. Shout out to Core for keeping track of that. He's one of my patrons. Like these wonderful people down here, they get the videos day early. Lab to not have a paywall on channel. I do all these videos. I'm actually fitting this in because I haven't been uploading 3 videos on Wednesday. I'm also going to be streaming today at 5 p.m. playing. It's going to be starting Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. Hopefully I can get past the first gym. The past 2 weeks have been terribly unlucky, but it makes it great content. It's been a great time for me and everybody watching. It's a real fun time, so definitely stop by for that. But like I said, you can come on Patreon and get these videos a day early. I'm recording this on Monday. Patrons get it on Tuesday, and the public gets it on Wednesday. I'm completely against paywalls. Hope you're subscribed to some of future videos. Hopefully I can keep this schedule up. Also, my best friend Kirby, Dragon Ball Z Bridge on Saturday, a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. But let's go ahead and jump into Ant-Man versus Atom.
Premiered in Justice League Unlimited. Alright, watching this on Rooster Teeth's website, which means we're gonna have issues like this right here. What the fuck? I literally just refreshed this page, paused it, and this is what happens. Okay.
Alright.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp and Mint Mobile.
Got that dual sponsorship going, because that ad revenue ain't cutting it. But my current record is 84-52. I don't know who Atom is. I've only seen the third Ant-Man movie.
The Atom, DC's legendary Mighty Might.
He reminds me of the Flash a little bit.
Small packages.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
That's definitely not a Marvel or DC movie.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Oh, dude, it's good to be back.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I don't know who would win a death battle.
Ant-Man, Marvel's founding member of the Avengers.
The Atom, DC's legendary Mighty Might.
Mighty Might.
Come in small packages.
Oh, big things.
The harder they fall.
We're just trying to get these out of the way.
Yeah, good. Oh, Unattracted Kids.
And it's our job to analyze their
Anyone ever saw this TV series?
find out who would win.
Yeah, there was a TV series. It was fun.
Did you know
Crazy.
that ants can lift 50 times their own body weight? That'd be like if you lifted a car straight over your head.
I did, thanks to my fun fact of the day calendar. Also, Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada yesterday.
Haven't had pizza
Well, I bet your
since
calendar didn't tell you
2016.
that Dr. Henry Pym, aka Hank, was
Yeah.
considered a genius at a
I was able to pick that up
very
from watching the
early
third
age.
movie.
By 3 years old, doctors declared
Kind of.
that he was smarter than both his parents combined.
He eventually majored in
That's
biochemistry
flex.
and became one of the most
Well, this is
successful
Hank.
scientists
135,
in his field.
wow.
He had big ideas about shrinking the size
Top 5
of
smartest
cargo
people.
to reduce shipping costs. Logistics.
Oh,
All
wait.
of which made him a laughing stock in the scientific community and
So was
sparked a
he Ant-Man
long-lasting
before-
insecurity
I
and
think
need
his
to
name is
prove
Scott
himself.
took it?
But he did it. He developed a working serum. He went from laughing stock to Christmas stocking, the much better stock, right behind Bean and Live.
So, naturally, he tested the
About the
serum
market.
on himself.
Oh, yeah,
any
that's what you do.
self-respecting scientist
Yeah.
would, and shrank down to the size of an ant.
And
That's
just when
terrifying.
things started going south, a sweet little ant, let's call her Aunt Hathaway, swooped in
Aunt
and led Hank
Hathaway.
safely back to his lab where he could return to full size.
Hank then harnessed the serum and became the superhero Ant-Man. Along
Which
with his
is
new
a
identity
crazy-
came a fascination
What
in
year did these comics
entomology,
come out? They
which
look a little
makes
old.
total sense. Ants are fascinating.
Did you
They
know
are.
that ants can talk to each other in a bunch of different ways?
Yep.
Through touch, sound, or even sharing information by barfing at each other.
It's actually called
Barfing.
trophallaxis, and they're not barfing per se. It's more like passing food mouth to mouth.
Gross!
That's gross.
Hank figured out how to communicate with his new pets, not by barfing, but by creating a cybernetic helmet that mirrors an ant's antenna. And he's even
Oh.
developed genuine
Hey, that's the movie I
relationships
saw.
with some ants, like Ulysses S. Ant here.
But he didn't stop there.
Ulysses
Hank
S.
developed a lot
Grant.
of amazing tech, like a
Ant.
stinger pistol that focuses his bioenergy into a stun
DC
beam
characters
and
usually, like,
image-inducing
cracked out of their
camouflage to
mind.
mask himself as an ant. It worked so well it fooled Reed Richards, the smartest guy on the planet.
He also built a suit
Oh,
that
he
runs on
was-
that nifty serum
Oh,
he made
God.
back in his lab.
Who was
it lets
Reed
him
Richards?
shrink thanks to the newly discovered
Is that Fantastic
PIM
Four?
particles, named after himself. Ah,
Oh,
classic
wow.
Hank.
And the PIM particle is the key to unlocking the fundamental constants of the quantum mechanics at play here.
Oh, gosh.
They enable you to decrease the distance between atoms. However,
Huh?
in order to do that, he'd have to change the Bohr radius, the ratio of electron mass to the distance the
Oh,
electrons
God.
orbit an atom.
High school's coming back to me.
Of course. Like how when you make a bagel pizza, you can't fit the whole pizza on the bagel. Believe me, I've tried. It's too small. You just gotta put less on.
Sure.
I mean,
Boomstick.
who says the
So
pizza has to be a
PIM
certain
particles are actually
size?
displacing mass to an alternate dimension in order to maintain that ratio.
Oh, it's like having a second bagel to put the rest of your pizza
Yeah,
on.
I saw that in the
get
movie.
it.
But if
Which
that
is
were
weird.
true, he shouldn't be able to punch with full-size strength if he has less mass.
And he's
Ah.
definitely lighter, because otherwise he'd crush the sweet ants he rides, like Vincent Van Gogh here.
His mass is being
Jesus
replaced with massive
Christ.
neutrinos.
Are
But
they
that
actually
doesn't
there's no
adequately
way they're
explain
actually
how he
called
can
that.
have less mass and seemingly more mass at the same time.
Sure it does, Wiz. Trust Pim.
Is
and
it
his
time
particles.
travel?
Look at the guy. He's explaining the whole thing while wearing a lab coat. What's more trustworthy than that? You're the exception.
You think you understand this?
Oh,
nope,
of course.
not at all.
Small but strong. You said something about a boar, so I guess you wanted ham on that pizza, but I already made the pizza.
Will you take that coat off?
No.
The glasses upside down. Okay.
Regardless, there is virtually no limit to Hank's ability to shrink.
Scott,
he can go
shrink
beyond
smaller.
subatomic down to the underspace, a plane of
The
existence below all realities in the Marvel universe.
Huh?
And Hank has literally changed his biology. He's rewritten his own chemical makeup to prevent anyone else from changing his size. And he's used PIM
Wait,
particles
what?
so much,
Nobody
he's
can-
now got an energy field around him that lets him change the size of people or objects on the fly, through touch or by straight up
How do you-
firing PIM particles in the air.
He's never shy
Wow.
about using them either. He eventually supplied his wife, Janet Van Dyne, with some PIM tech to become the Wasp, his partner in crime
Oh.
fighting.
The two ended
Okay.
up rubbing shoulders with A-listers like Thor, Iron Man, and the
A-listers.
Hulk to take down Loki. Ant-Man and the Wasp were actually the ones that captured him and pitched the idea of forming the Avengers.
God.
Unfortunately, Hank's insecurities started
Wait,
to
where's Captain
creep
America?
back
I thought he
in,
was the
and
first
he felt
Avenger.
that if he wanted to keep up with the big heroes, he was going to have to think bigger.
Enter a bunch of those
Oh, so he
PIM-powered
can get
alter
bigger.
egos like Yellow Jacket and Giant Man, where he can grow anywhere from 12 feet tall to so big he can enter the overspace, the polar
What is-
opposite of the underspace.
Then
How,
he met
dude?
Eternity, who called him
What?
Earth Scientist Supreme. Something he won't let you forget.
Hank pushed himself
Was the
to these
galaxy
insane
talking to him?
heights, even though he knew the strain on his body could be fatal.
But he simply didn't care and kept pushing himself. Thus, his greatest and worst creation was born. Ultron.
Yep, all the Tin Man
Wait,
Tron was
Ant-Man created
by Hank,
Ultron?
not Tony like the movies, but the mass murder button.
You learn something new every day.
The same. Big swing and a miss there.
The fallout from Ultron left
Wow.
Hank in a bad place, to say the least. His guilt made him feel like an
Wow.
utter failure, and that his best work was behind him. This led Hank to do unspeakable things.
Oh, God.
A real low life.
Oh,
move.
domestic violence.
And even though poor mental health doesn't excuse this behavior, it was
No.
clear that Hank needed help. He suffered multiple mental breakdowns, endured the physical toll of the PIM particles, and had bipolar disorder that went undiagnosed for years.
That's
So
a great
Hank finally
combination.
did the best thing he could. He acknowledged his problems, got the help he needed, and committed to self-improvement.
And
Oh,
with that help,
okay.
Hank slowly started making things right.
That's good.
He rebuilt the West Coast Avengers, gave Scott
What do you
Lang
mean the
his
West
blessing
Coast
to become
Avengers?
the second Ant-Man.
There's just 3 hours
and
behind?
finally defeated Ultron.
He created a backdoor Trojan infiltration code to defeat Ultron that was so advanced, it went on to replicate and evolve all on its own to create a new species made up of artificial intelligence.
They don't
That's
call him
scary.
the god of modern AI for nothing. Hank has
I didn't
showed
know they
over
called
and
him that.
over again that he's an integral part of the Marvel Universe.
Not just by ways of his scientific contributions or victories in battle, but by proving that heroes come in all shapes and sizes.
So, we're not... Okay.
Did you know that ants can lift 50 times their own body weight? That'd be like if you lifted a car straight over your head.
I did, thanks to my fun fact of the day calendar. Also, Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada yesterday.
Well, I bet your calendar
Really?
will tell
Okay.
you that Dr. Henry Pym, aka Hank, was considered a genius at a very early age.
Wow.
By 3 years old, doctors declared that he was smarter than both his parents combined.
He eventually majored in biochemistry and became one of the most successful.
Biochemistry, cybernetic minor.
He had
No.
big ideas about shrinking the size of
Cybernetic minor. That explains robot.
logistics.
All of which made him a laughing stock in the scientific community and sparked a long-lasting insecurity and need to prove himself.
Oh
He
shit.
did it. He developed a working serum. He went from laughing stock to Christmas stocking, the much better stock, right behind Bean and Live.
So, naturally, he tested the serum on himself, like any
Ooh.
self-respecting scientist would, and shrank down to the size of an ant.
And just when things started going south, a sweet little ant, let's call her Aunt Hathaway,
Aunt
swam in and
Hathaway.
safely back to his lab where
Aw.
he returned to full size.
Aww,
Harnessed
that's
the serum
nice.
And became the superhero Ant-Man. Along with his new identity came a fascination in entomology, which makes total sense. Ants are fascinating.
Did you know that ants can talk to each other in a bunch of different ways?
Huh.
Touch, sound, or even sharing information by barfing at each other.
It's actually called trophallaxis. And they're not
Trophallaxis.
barfing, per se. It's more like
Per se.
passing food mouth to mouth.
Gross!
Yeah.
How to communicate with his new pets. Not by barfing, but by creating a cybernetic helmet that mirrors an ant's antenna. And he's even developed genuine relationships with some ants.
Really?
Ulysses says ant here.
Our Anthony.
A lot of amazing tech like a stinger pistol that focuses his bioenergy into a
Portable
stun
pin
beam
pocket
and
holes, yeah.
image-inducing camouflage to mask himself as an ant. It worked so well it fooled Reed Richards, the smartest guy on the planet.
He built a suit that runs
Hank
on
Pym.
that nifty serum he made back in his lab. It lets him shrink thanks to the newly discovered Pym particles, named after himself.
Of course.
Classic Hank.
And the
Of course,
pin
people,
is the key to
when you
unlocking
just
the
make
fundamental
something,
concepts
found something, you name after yourself.
at play here. They enable you to decrease the distance between atoms. However, in order to do that, he'd have to change the Bohr radius, the ratio of electron mass to the distance the electrons orbit an atom's nucleus.
Well, of course. Like how when you make a bagel pizza, you can't fit the whole pizza on the bagel. Believe me, I've tried.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just gotta put less on.
Sure, Boomstick. So the Pym particles are actually displacing mass to an alternate dimension in order to maintain that ratio.
Oh, it's like having a second bagel to put the rest of your pizza on. I get it.
But if that were true, he shouldn't be able to punch with full-size strength if he has less mass.
And he's definitely lighter, because otherwise he'd crush the sweet ants he rides, like Vincent Van Gogh here.
Vince Van Gogh.
Replaced with massless neutrinos, but that doesn't adequately explain less mass and seemingly more mass
Here we
at the
go.
same time.
Where's it going?
Because we
What the?
trust him and his particles. Look at the guy. He's explaining the whole thing while wearing a lab coat. What's more trustworthy than that? You're the exception.
You think you
You're
understand.
the exception.
Of course.
You
Oh,
understand.
but strong. You said something about a boar, so I guess you wanted ham on that pizza, but I already made the pizza.
Will you take that coat off?
Yeah. No. take the glass off at least.
No limit to Hank's ability to shrink. He can go beyond subatomic, down to the underspace, a plane of existence below all realities in the Marvel universe.
And Hank has literally changed his biology. He's rewritten his own chemical makeup to prevent anyone else from changing his size. And he's used
Oh.
Pym particles so much, he's now got an energy field around him that lets him change the size of people or objects on the fly.
Really?
Or by straight up firing Pym particles in the air.
Huh, I'll be damned. That makes sense.
Either. He eventually supplied his wife, Janet Van Dyne, with some Pym tech to become the Wasp, his partner in crime fighting.
The two ended up rubbing shoulders with A-list.
Yeah, but wasn't, you know, Hank, yeah, wife beater?
The ones that captured him and pitched the idea of forming the Avengers.
Unfortunately, Hank's insecurities started to creep back in, and he felt that if he wanted to keep up with the big heroes, he was going to have to think bigger.
Enter a bunch of those Pym-powered alter egos like Yellow Jacket and Giant Man, where he can grow anywhere from 12 feet tall to so big he can enter the overspace, the polar opposite of the underspace.
And he also met, yeah, Eternity. So I remember this comic.
Something he won't let you forget.
Hank pushed himself to these insane heights, even though he knew the strain on his body could be fatal.
But he simply didn't care and kept pushing himself. Thus, his greatest and worst creation was born.
Yeah, Ultron.
Yep, all the Tin Man Tron was created by Hank, not Tony like the movies. But the mass murder butt thing turned out pretty much the same. Big swing and a miss there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Left Hank in a bad place, to say the least. His guilt made him feel like an utter failure, and that his best work was behind him. This led Hank to do unspeakable things.
Life move. And even though poor mental health doesn't excuse this behavior, it was clear that Hank needed help. He suffered multiple mental breakdowns, endured the physical toll of the Pym particles, and had bipolar disorder.
Bipolar, wow.
For years.
Wow.
Hank finally did the best thing he could. He acknowledged his problems, got the help he needed, and committed to self-improvement.
And with that help, Hank slowly started making things right.
Yeah, from the new Avengers game, I didn't get that far.
His blessing to become the second Ant-Man.
Godland, yeah?
Defeated Ultron.
I hate you. Well, I hate you too.
Filtration code to defeat Ultron that was so advanced, it went on to replicate and evolve all on its own to create a new species made up of artificial intelligence.
They don't
Of course they did.
Out of modern AI for nothing. Hank has showed over and over again that he's an integral part of the Marvel Universe.
Not just by ways of his scientific contributions or victories in battle, but by proving that heroes come in all shapes and sizes.
All right.
Palmer was born your average human-sized person.
Human-sized person, okay.
Studied physics.
Ray Palmer, yes, PD in physics,
did
notes.
everything Mama and Papa Palmer told him to do.
Okay.
Probably.
Everything was pretty typical for Ray until one fateful night when he took a walk
motion comic.
off a frustrating experiment and saw a meteor fall from the sky.
He ran
Oh,
up to
boy.
the crash and found himself a life-changing piece of a white dwarf star. And
White
immediately
dwarf?
started messing around with it.
Of course.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, White Dwarf Star.
Focus ultraviolet rays through it and shrink inanimate objects. There was just one problem. When he shrunk things, they exploded.
Ooh.
Every time.
I do not see the problem. Sounds like he found a
Good.
way of blowing stuff up.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Ray was determined to figure out how to shrink objects without blowing them up. But
Fair enough.
He went on a hike with his nature club. And as a fellow scientist,
Nature club?
you have to question his priorities.
It seems to work for
Everyone's gotta have a calming hobby.
Thanks for different mics. Am I
Besides, look at, he went on a walk and he found the White Dwarf Star, so.
Everyone inside. After searching high and low for another exit, Ray found a small opening and had an idea. He could try to shrink himself down and get help, even if it meant he might explode before he got the chance.
But he didn't explode. I hope this story has a happy ending at least.
Yeah.
Ray determined there must have been something special about him that made him uniquely immune to the explosive fate. Something super scientifically convenient.
Yeah, he looked creepy.
Information on.
So
The
he
window
got
ga-
to work and
Nope.
created himself a suit to harness the power of the White Dwarf Star and became the Atom.
Adam uses the white dwarf fragment to decrease his
Drinking,
size while having
maturation.
control over his density, which makes a lot of sense considering that white dwarfs have the mass of a star, like
Yeah.
the sun. But their volume is more like the Earth's, making them among the densest objects in space.
Just a teaspoon of the stuff could weigh up to 100 tons. That's one strong spoon.
When Adam shrinks and shifts his weight, he's actually sending his extra mass to a dimension called the mass zone.
Where Adam could maybe live forever. At one point, Ray's apprentice Ryan Choi was murdered by Deathstroke, but
Oof.
willed some of his mass to the mass zone and was able to survive
Willed.
the dimension.
Okay.
So these guys can potentially cheat death, but would be stuck there without any outside help.
Yeah, there's always gotta be something of a,
The all-new Chevy
God damn it!
Made for more. Bring more.
Yeah, there always has to be some sort of catch. Even in DC, where everything's all happy, joy, well, for the most part. There have been some
Fighting bugs.
there are some Marvel-esque situations in DC, especially like I keep looking at John Constantine. I probably have to say his name, Constantine, and he's basically like that, a Marvel character in the DC universe. Oh boy, so yeah, he found a piece of a white dwarf star. How the heck did he move it?
This necklace is...
Oh, for God's sake. This is by far the most egregious form of forcing us to become a first member ever. It's like, what the heck has HBO done for you guys? Or
Most
whatever.
impressive is Ray's creation of the Bio Belt. That's what allows Adam to
Bio
use
Belt,
the white
suit
dwarf
made of a
shrink
white dwarf
while
star.
maintaining any weight from immaterial to his full 180 pounds. There's even been times where it's stated that he was able to become almost as dense as a white dwarf star itself for a few seconds.
Ooh.
The belt is also how he can travel through phone lines or through the air.
You travel through
Or its
phone
light
line?
beams. Over
Really?
time, Ray has spread out the white dwarf power to other parts of his suit, and now the bio belt acts as a utility belt for his shrunken weapons and tech. It also prevents his size or mass from being altered by any outside forces.
And while he can only increase his size back to his natural 6 feet in height, his ability to shrink is near limitless. He can travel between subatomic space to the microverse, the foundation of all reality in the DC universe, where atoms become the size of planets.
Typically, he can increase back to his normal size with such force he can smash through diamonds. So if
Wow.
Adam increases his size too much while still within the microverse, he could blow up the entire fabric of reality from the inside out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Size means that he can shrink small enough to rearrange atoms themselves.
Yep, Ray can
You
take
can make
individual molecules and rapidly expand them to cook up a small nuclear blast.
Or make elements. You can synthesize whole elements and stuff like that.
Palmer. I just got that.
Ray Palmer.
Also once disarmed a bomb by rearranging its atoms. At that size, he can move at the velocity of light. So fast and so randomly, he basically acted as a barrier between any and all possible atom combinations. But come on, there's no scientific explanation here for him to have superhuman senses or awareness to comprehend being everywhere at the same time.
Ah, it makes total sense. If you're
Really?
you can fit in almost everything, everywhere, all at once. Like how you can fit an entire pizza into a calzone, and then you have a whole pizza everywhere.
It's like,
inside the calzone.
with his confused right here.
Get it? Science is pizza.
And pizza.
This is all I have. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, you
Quantum.
poor guy. You have a crisis moment.
He's also got some more classic weapons, like a laser blaster and a freaking sword he used to fight a giant crocodile. Relative to his size.
That was
What
when
is
Ray
his
was
size?
believed to be dead, but was actually just 6 inches tall and stranded in the Amazon rainforest, where he encountered an
Ooh.
alien race known as the Catarthans.
And get
Alien race, really?
leading a rebellion against their tyrant king and became the ruler of all the Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Didn't stop there.
So,
It was a very
I remember the Mega Gargantuan from Rick and Morty.
Justice League of America shortly after it was formed.
He fought alongside Batman and his best bud, Hawkman. And you don't fight with those guys without picking up a thing or two.
He knows judo and is a little gymnast.
His greatest contribution to the legendary team was always his incredible mind.
He once created kryptonite inside of Superman by realizing
What?
that if he gathered up enough Kryptonian protons, they would eventually become radioactive.
While stranded in limbo, Adam realized that if the Flash sped up the rate of a nuclear reaction's stellar evolution to exhaust its core, they could turn a fire demon into a black hole and use it as a wormhole to get back to Earth.
What?
A brilliant, hard-working, determined scientist that never stops working on a problem until he's
Okay, these writers here, well, how do they come up with this stuff?
blow stuff up as well as he did, I would have stopped right there. I'm the hero that blows stuff up. Wouldn't even need to change my name.
Ray Palmer lived the
Yeah,
dream.
boomstick.
From research scientist to legendary superhero. He picked up the pieces presented to him and built something greater than the sum of its parts.
Who knew this tiny titan with massive brains would have just as much brawn to back it up?
Okay.
This episode is sponsored by
Okay, BetterHelp.
It can be
I'm not
easy to
gonna make
spend
you
all your
sit through
time
and watch through an ad. just because these videos
10%
are
off your first
more
month.
than likely to get
That's
copyright claimed by
BetterHelp,
Rooster Teeth like they usually do, which means I get zero revenue from this video. So shout out to the patrons. Also, the people on the subreddit that have said nice things about me, thank you. I see those.
He grew up in the Northeast, studied physics
180
at
pounds,
Ivy
6 foot.
University, and did everything Mama and Papa Palmer told him to do.
Okay.
Probably.
Everything was
probably,
pretty typical
okay.
for Ray until one fateful night when he
He's
took a walk
jacked.
to take his mind off a frustrating experiment and saw a meteor fall from the sky.
He ran off to the crash and found himself a life-changing piece of a white dwarf star, and immediately started messing around with it.
Huh?
But who wouldn't?
He discovered that he could focus ultraviolet rays through it and shrink inanimate objects.
Oh, okay.
There was
So they
just
both
one
had the power
problem.
to shrink
When he
or
shrunk
probably
things,
grow.
they exploded. Every time.
I do not see the problem. Sounds like he found a foolproof way of blowing stuff up.
How long do they
Ray
take
was
to
determined
explode?
to figure out how to shrink objects without blowing them up.
Eh.
But first, he went on a hike with his nature club. And as a fellow scientist, I have to question his priorities.
But
Yeah.
it seems to work for
You
him.
get
I
basically
support it.
superpowers and
Different
they're like-
heights for different mics, am I right?
While in a cave,
know who
the
that guy
ceiling
is.
suddenly collapsed, trapping everyone inside. After searching high and low for another exit, Ray found a small opening and had an idea. He could try to shrink himself down and get help, even if
What do
it
you-
meant he might explode.
Yeah,
before
bro,
he
why
got
would
the
you-
chance.
But he didn't explode.
Talk about a
Now,
gamble.
this story has a happy ending at least.
Perplexed, Ray determined there must have been something special about him that made him uniquely immune to the explosive fate. Something
What
super
is it?
scientifically convenient that we never get any more information on.
So he got
Wait,
to work
so
and
it's a
created
literal
himself a
plot
suit
armor.
to harness the power
Okay,
of the white
or
dwarf
just-
star
it just
and
makes sense.
became
Got it.
The Atom.
Adam uses the white dwarf fragment
Okay.
to decrease his size while having control over
So I guess
his
that has nothing to
senses,
do with Black
which
Adam.
makes a lot of sense considering that white dwarfs have the mass of a star, like the
But
sun.
they're dense.
But their volume is more like the Earth's, making them among the densest objects in space.
Just a teaspoon of
Okay.
the stuff could weigh up to 100 tons.
What?
That's one strong spoon.
That's very
When
dense.
Adam shrinks and shifts his weight, he's actually sending his extra mass to a dimension called the mass zone.
Okay,
where,
now we're still doing
Adam
dimensions.
Could maybe live forever. At one point, Ray's apprentice Ryan Choi was murdered by Deathstroke, but willed
Slade,
some of his
got it.
mass to the mass zone and was able to survive in that dimension. So these guys can potentially cheat death, but would be stuck there without any outside help.
But from one scientist to another,
So is
what's
that a-
most
is that a
impressive
loss?
Is Ray's creation of the bio belt.
That right there
That's
tells
what
me
allows
that I think
to use
Adam
the
might
power of the
win.
white dwarf and shrink while maintaining any weight from immaterial to his full 180 pounds. There's even been times where it's stated that he was able to become almost as dense as a white dwarf star itself for a few seconds.
The belt is also how he can travel through phone lines or through the air on currents or light beams.
Huh?
Over time, Ray
Through
has
the
spread out
air?
the white dwarf power to other parts of his suit, and now the bio belt acts as a utility belt for his shrunken weapons and tech.
Oh,
It
that's
also
actually kinda
prevents
cool.
his
It's like
size
the,
or mass from being altered by
like the
any
capsules from
outside
Dragon Ball.
forces.
And while he can
Which
only
Dragon Ball
increase
Z
his
Bridge
size
on
back
Saturdays
to his
at
natural
Kirby's.
6 feet in height, his ability to shrink is near limitless. He can travel between subatomic space to the microverse, the foundation of
Okay.
all reality in the DC universe, where atoms become the size of planets.
Typically, he can increase
that
back to his
smaller
normal
than-
size with such force he can smash through
is it
diamonds.
smaller? It might
So
be
if
smaller.
Adam increases his size too much while still within the microverse,
I don't know.
he could blow up the entire fabric of reality from the inside out.
Shrinking
Oh,
down to that
that's
size
fine.
means that he can shrink small enough to rearrange atoms themselves.
Yep, Ray can take individual molecules and rapidly expand them to cook up a small nuclear blast in the palm of his hand.
Or I'm pretty sure he could
Oh,
cure cancer
Ray
in people.
Palmer. I just got
Pretty
that.
sure he could do that
He
too.
also once disarmed a bomb by rearranging its atoms. At that size, he can move at the velocity of light. So fast and so randomly, he basically acted as a barrier between any and all possible atom combinations. But come on, there's no scientific explanation here for him to have superhuman senses or awareness to comprehend being everywhere
Did he get bit by a
at the same
spider?
time.
Ah, it makes total sense. If you're small enough, you can fit in almost everything, everywhere, all at once. Like how you can fit an entire pizza into a calzone, and then you have a whole pizza everywhere inside.
Never
the
had a calzone.
Man, I get it. Science is pizza.
No! Science is all I have! Why are you doing this to me?
On top
Science
of
is
all of
pizza.
Ray's
Is
amazing
it?
inventions
I
and
don't know.
abilities, he's also got some more classic weapons, like a laser blaster and a frickin' sword he used to fight a giant crocodile. Relative to his size,
That
Oh,
was when Ray
okay.
was believed to be dead,
The
but
swamp
was
puppy.
actually just stuck at 6 inches tall and stranded in the Amazon rainforest, where he encountered an alien race known as the Catarthans.
And get this, he
Wow.
ended up leading a rebellion against their tyrant
They're riding
king
frogs.
and became the ruler of all the Kardashians.
And his heroism didn't stop there. The Atom was a very well-respected hero,
Wow.
and was even asked to join the Justice League of America
Did he?
shortly after.
Did
it
he
was
say
formed.
yes?
He fought alongside Batman.
I'm guessing
and his
yes.
best bud, Hawkman. And you don't
Hawkman?
fight with those guys without picking up a thing or two.
Also, there's
Impressive
judo.
combat skills aside,
Olympic
Adam's
level
greatest
gymnast?
contribution to the legendary team was always his incredible mind.
He once created kryptonite inside of Superman by realizing that if he gathered up enough Kryptonian
They're also
protons,
talking about
they would
cancer.
eventually become radioactive.
While stranded in limbo, Adam realized that if the Flash sped up the rate of a nuclear reaction's stellar evolution to exhaust its core, they could turn a fire demon into a black hole and use it as a wormhole to get back to Earth.
He's a brilliant, hard-working,
Okay,
and determined
that's
scientist that never stops
bonkers.
working on a problem until he's found a solution. I mean, if I figured out how to blow stuff up as well as he did, I would have stopped right there. I'm the hero that blows stuff up. Wouldn't even need to change my name.
Yeah.
Ray Palmer lived
have an
the dream,
explodey
going
gun.
from research scientist
It
to
shrinks things and
legendary
explodes.
superhero. He picked up the pieces
Honey,
presented
I
to
blew
him
up
and
the
built
kids.
something greater than the sum of its parts.
Who knew this tiny titan with massive brains would have just as much brawn to back it
Oh,
up?
what are those effects?
This
Mint
episode of
Mobile,
Death Battle
which
is sponsored
I'm
by
pretty sure
Mint
got sold. I'm not gonna make you sit through the ad.
MintMobile.com
I'm not going to. I hope everyone want to pay. Like I said, I'll be live stream today.
That's Mint Mobile.
Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. Current record is 84 and 52.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data
I
through
don't-
all possibilities.
It's
84 and
time for a
52.
death battle!
Hopefully we can start out this season with a win.
Brawn to back it up.
Yeah, I feel like
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Ray can't become big, of course. He can only go small and change back to his default size. Okay, neither of them can alter one another's size. Pretty much made it quite clear. I mean, yeah, Hank has the ability, because of overexposure to pimp particle, generates it, he can, like, alter things, but they established that Ray, much like Hank, no outside force can affect Ray in the Atom state. They can't affect the side either. So, yeah. I think Ray's gonna win here. I'm gonna put my bet on Ray, on the Atom.
I'm gonna go with Adam. Oh. Okay.
Pick on someone
Do we
your
got good
own
music?
size, relatively speaking.
I'm putting my bet on Ray, on the Atom. Yeah, the Atom. Let's see what's gonna happen.
You should pick on someone your own size, relatively speaking.
How did you do this? It's laced with a particle I've never seen before.
They're called PIM particles. Speaking.
Oh.
How did you do this? It's laced with a particle I've never seen before.
They're called PIM particles.
Yeah.
And I'm Hank Pym,
Hi,
scientist
imagine that.
supreme. You should have knocked. They're called PIM particles. And I'm Hank Pym, scientist supreme. You should have knocked.
That is true.
Oh, are we really about to just, I guess, stealing scientific data?
Okay, I'm kind of cheering for Hank here now because, yeah, you snuck into his lab. It's like this is
I heard the Indian is absolutely brutal. What is that? Does he just have a whole bunch of like little trinkets on his desk? I mean, I have guns, a passport, rubber ducks, a couple of Xboxes.
You're using pieces of a white dwarf star? That's
Oh.
cute.
out because, yeah, you snuck into his lab. It's like this is trespassing. Oh, this is breaking and entering and trespassing here. You've done something illegal, Adam. Shame on you.
You're
But-
using pieces of a white dwarf star? That's cute.
Everything we needed already existed. You just needed to be smart enough to put the pieces together.
Oh,
Supreme?
and lucky enough to find it. I mean, you just got found out by luck.
That's
Oh.
cute.
Everything we needed already existed. You just needed to be smart enough to put the pieces together. Scientist Supreme?
Okay, so they're you know, not super far apart when it comes to intelligence, maybe. Maybe. As of right now.
I'm funded by luck. But yeah, I still think it's gonna be Adam.
It might be way different. But
Did you know that at any given moment, there are about 2.5 million ants under your feet?
Still think it's gonna be Adam. There we are.
Know that at any given moment, there are about 2.5 million ants under your feet?
I mean, that makes sense, but why are you bringing that up right now?
Feet?
I mean,
Huh?
that makes sense, but why are you bringing that up right now?
because of ants. Hello.
That's why. Yeah. Oh. There we go.
Dude just got a sword. It came out of his belt. Yep, that's the only way to do
Long
it.
enough?
Ooh.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay. Okay, the
There we are.
Long enough?
Took you long enough. That's not gonna work.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay. Subatomic.
okay, the Crown Vic. Actually, is that a Chevy Caprice? I'm not sure. It looked kind of like had a bow tie instead of the
You
oval.
lay low and let me know what you find.
Subatomic.
I'll hack his belt. You lay low and let me know what you find.
Anthony, that was Anthony? That was Anthony!
Nice try.
Anthony!
Search every electron path in his gun and study their probability wave functions. I just might be able to.
Break it up, break it up.
Animation looks
Every
good.
electron path in his gun and study their probability wave functions. I just might be able to.
Oh, okay, we're getting smaller. The microverse. I like how they did that. They didn't give me like
The microverse.
a day or a time or a location, like what country it's in. No, it's like London. Well, no, it's like London. Well, granted, there is actually London, England, and Canada.
What's happening? He must be reaching his limit. If we don't get out
Really?
of here quick, he's gonna destroy all of reality.
That might be
Now,
his
my
plan.
pets. You have. What's happening? He must be reaching his limit.
Oh.
Out of here quick. He's gonna destroy all of reality. Now, my pets. You
Whoa.
have your tricks and your tools, but I created something beyond the limits of human existence. I operate on a scale you can't even. You have your tricks and your tools, but I created something beyond the limits of human existence. I operate on a scale you can't even comprehend.
Okay, ego much. So it looks like an overspace. That's right. Eternity.
You can't be afraid to think big.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, really? You don't think you can comprehend? Now we're in the overspace.
How?
You can't be afraid to think big.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's brutal. Oh, Jesus. I have a new fear.
KO!
Thing Adam couldn't answer to. The ants. Hank's bond with his pets lent
Yeah,
him
that's true.
some advantages, and Ray just didn't have enough anti-ant tools in his bio belt.
But in Adam's defense, the fact that he could punch with a fist packed with all of his mass meant that a close-up fight, while small, would leave Hank with few options since he can only punch with his normal human strength.
Even still, all Ant-Man would need to do is keep his dissed ants with the help of his insect confidence and devise a plan of ant attack. Something Ant
stop that.
KO!
Ant-Man and Adam both
I
have
was wrong.
many answers to each other's abilities
Fair
and
enough.
arsenals. Both were able to sword
Ants.
various
Ants made the
weapons in a
difference.
shrunken state. Both were trained in judo, and they both could obviously keep up with each other's ability to shrink at will.
Though there was one small thing Adam
Ants.
couldn't answer to. The ants. Hank's bond with his
What do you
pets
about the
lent
ant
him
problem?
some small advantages, and Ray just didn't have enough anti-ant tools in his bio belt.
But in Adam's defense,
What
the fact
would
that he
Batman
could punch with
do?
a fist packed with all of his mass meant that a close-up fight,
If
while
he had to
small,
repair.
would leave Hank with few options since he can only punch with his normal human strength.
Even still, all Ant-Man would need to do is keep his dissed ants with the help of his insect
Oh my God.
confidence and devise another plan of ant attack. Something Hank has no shortage of.
For instance,
Lord.
Ant-Man could alter Adam's size thanks to the Pym particle field he generates. Hank would just need to stall long enough to remove or disable Adam's bio belt, and he's had no trouble hacking
Okay.
enemy tech in the past. For instance, Ant-Man could alter Adam's size thanks to the Pym particle field he generates. Hank would just need to stall long enough to remove or disable Adam's bio belt, and he's had no trouble hacking enemy tech in the past.
But even with the bio belt busted, it wouldn't stop Adam's ability to shrink since the white dwarf power is contained throughout his suit.
Yeah?
Destroying the belt only meant that Ant-Man could alter Adam's size.
Bio belt, and he's had no trouble hacking
Okay.
enemy tech in the past.
But even
Okay,
with
that
the
does
bio
make
belt
sense, actually,
busted,
with the
it
whole
wouldn't
Ultron
stop
thing
Adam's
and-
ability to shrink
Yeah.
since the white dwarf power is contained throughout his suit.
I thought he could
Destroying
have
the
went to a
belt only
different,
meant
that other
Ant-Man could
realm.
alter Adam's size.
Whereas Hank has literally rewritten his own
So he
biology
can't
to
be-
prevent outside size alteration.
That makes sense.
And
Size.
whereas Hank has literally rewritten his own biology to prevent outside size.
Did I know who Adam did as well?
Abilities are definitely impressive. They are limited, and Ant-Man simply aren't, at least by comparison. Hank could always match Ray's size, or just
Damn.
take the fight to the overspace where he would have the edge, both physically and mentally.
The overspace can mess with the human mind, but we've seen that Hank can handle
Size alteration.
That makes sense.
And while Adam's abilities are definitely impressive, they are limited. And Ant-Man
Do you agree or
simply
disagree? Let me know in the
aren't,
comment section.
At least by comparison. Hank could always match Ray's size, or just take the fight to the overspace where he would have the edge, both physically and mentally.
The overspace can mess with the human mind.
Dude, the
but
fact that
we've
we're
seen that Hank
like
can
joining
handle it.
different
But if the scientist
pieces of
supreme
reality.
is really so smart, why didn't he just immediately go up Adam's butt and blow him up?
That Hank can handle it.
Oh, yeah.
The scientist supreme is really so smart, why didn't he just immediately go up Adam's butt and blow him up from the inside?
Yo.
You whiz. Aren't
Yeah.
you a fellow man of science?
This is the meanest thing you've ever done to me.
Oh, poor Wiz.
Man, but in the end,
What
he
the-
was the one who had to say uncle.
The winner
What?
is Ant-Man. Art, why didn't he just immediately go up Adam's butt and blow him up
Oh
from
my
the
god, the
inside?
Thanos.
What's wrong with you, Wiz? Aren't you a fellow man of science?
This is the meanest thing you've ever
He
done
could
to me.
have done that to
Adam
Thanos
sized
and
up
solved
Ant-Man,
so
but
many
in the
problems.
end, he was the one who had to say uncle.
The winner is Ant-Man.
Why did he say uncle? What? I don't.
Was the ultimate weapon.
The winner
is
Bruce Banner.
I love that they said the winner is Bruce Banner and not Hulk. It's Bruce Banner. And I love that. Technically, Hulk and Bruce are the same person. No. Bruce won. Don't take this win away from him. He worked so hard for this. Let him have his W.
The winner's not even Hulk, it's specifically Bruce Banner.
Next time on Death Battle.
Alright. What was the Soul and Ruby? Okay.
Subscribe and join as a member to see
Oh, I'm so sorry. Maka versus
more
Ruby.
Death Battle. Thanks.
Sure.